Hi, we're just going to show you how to walk around the outside of the Roller Team 740 Pegasus. Door's like any other door, just opens, and on the passenger side you have your fuel, which is diesel, and you just use the key to open the cap, and below that is where the AdBlue goes. You shouldn't have to touch the AdBlue, we'll make sure that's topped off before you go, just to make sure that you put diesel in the vehicle. Close the door and it's good to go. The key is very self-explanatory. It locks and opens the cab on the key fob. Wing mirrors, they do stick out, so you'll have to take care while you're driving. When you're on a campsite or anywhere tight, you can actually fold them back in just so they present less of a hazard and you don't get them knocked. Make sure that you set them back before you drive. To open the boot, so the bonnet, there's a little catch in here. You just pull that down and the bonnet will open. And then there's a little handle underneath and you can open the bonnet there. This is where you can check all your fluids. You've got your coolant, brake fluid, your fresh water goes in on the left hand side here, and there's an oil dipstick here. All the fluids will be checked and topped off before you take the vehicle, so you shouldn't have to fill anything up, but that's how you can check them every day if you need to top them off. And then you just drop the bonnet down and you're good to go. Round this side here, this is your water key. Unlock water, here it clicks, and then you can fill the fresh water here. There's a hose in the back you can use on a campsite, or there's a jerry can you can fill up as well with a filler to fill the water. You don't want to drive with any more than about 20 litres of water in there. And close the flap. The gas is kept in this container, again using the leisure key. You can open the lock and the door opens. Inside you'll find two bottles. You'll get what's left over from the last rental and a full bottle, or if you've ordered two full bottles there will be two completely full bottles, and they will be connected up ready to go. The only thing you'll have to do initially is to turn the gas on. So that's a left hand turn and that turns the gas on. To turn the gas off, you tighten it up, the right hand tighten. Always drive with the gas switched off. It's important that you always drive with the gas switched off. To replace the bottles, we'll give you a spanner. You turn this nut here to the right to loosen. It's the opposite that you'd expect on the gas bottles. Loosen that off and then you can connect it to the new bottle. Always make sure the gas is switched off before you try and loosen it. Close the door. Just close the door. This is your electrical hookup. At the moment it's already connected. There's a little lever there. You press the lever down and it slides out. To put it back in, there's a little flap on the top. Just goes over the top and clicks in, and that's it. Bike rack is very easy to use. It just clicks down and then you can pop your bikes on. Put the heaviest bike nearest to the vehicle, and then the smaller, lighter ones the further out you get, obviously, because you're putting weight on the rack. This little bar unscrews on the top here, flips up, and then inside the boot there are arms that click onto the bar. Just reach over and click onto the top of the bike. If you've used bike racks before, it's very easy. If you've never used one at all, it's very intuitive, simple to use. When the bike rack's not in use, always make sure that it's clicked up when you drive. There's a second access to the garage here. When the door's open, you can hold it open with this little clip here. Be careful with these because they're quite delicate. In here is your toilet cassette. Just press these two buttons and you can access the toilet cassette. We'll give you a little bucket here with chemicals in. If you need more, you can pick them up pretty easily round and about. To empty the cassette, you must make sure that the flap inside the cab is closed. If it's it's not closed, the cassette won't come out. When the flap inside is closed, there's a little lever under here. You just click that up and the cassette comes out. You take it to the facilities on the campsite where you're allowed to empty them, and then you just undo the cap and empty out the contents. Once the contents are emptied, place the cap. You can then open the cassette, turn that little flap, put some fresh water in there, give it a rinse, empty it out. I'd do that a couple of times, and then when you're ready to put it back in, put about half a litre of fresh water into the cassette and one of the chemical tabs. Close the flapper, and then it's just a case of sliding it back into the vehicle. You'll hear it click in place, and that's good to go. Replace the chemicals and close the door, and I would lock it as well. You're good to go.